Here's what nobody told you when you became a therapist, counselor, or healer. Holding other people's emotions for 10, 15, 20 years, it doesn't just make you tired. It fundamentally changes your nervous system, and your chest tightens, your anxiety spikes, and the inability to relax, the feeling like you're always bracing for something, those aren't character flaws. That's what a decade of emotional labor does to your biology. In the next 12 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what happens to your nervous system when you've been the emotional container for years, when your body is responding this way, and what actually needs to happen to repair the damage. So you've spent years, maybe decades, holding space for other people's trauma, grief, rage, and fear. You show up, you listen, you contain what they can't hold themselves. And now your body won't calm down. You wake up with your heart racing, your chest is tight, you can't turn off your mind. You're jumpy, reactive, exhausted, and rest doesn't fix it. I'm Dr. Oscar Perez, the soul recovery specialist. I've worked with over 100 healing professionals who've dedicated their lives to holding others' emotions. And I can tell you, what you're experiencing isn't burnout in the traditional sense. It's nervous system dysregulation from years of absorbing emotional and energetic intensity without adequate discharge. I'm going to show you the 5 ways that emotional labor damages your nervous system over time and what your body is actually trying to tell you. When you hold space for trauma, your nervous system activates to match the intensity that you're containing. This is called co-regulation, but it requires your system to absorb the activation. After years of this, your nervous system stays in threat detection mode even when you're not working. You become chronically hypervigilant, scanning for danger, bracing for emotional intensity, unable to truly rest. Here's what's really happening. Your body thinks that you're always in session. Every healer I work with describes the same thing. I can't turn it off. Even at home, I'm scanning, listening, waiting for the next thing. That's not a personality trait. That's a nervous system that's been trained to stay alert because emotional intensity could arrive at any moment. And if you were born with the unique potential to become a healer, you've probably been like this all your life. Think of your nervous system like a security guard that works the night shift. After years of staying alert for threats, the guard can't clock out. Even when they go home, they're listening for footsteps, checking locks, unable to relax. Your nervous system is that guard, trained by years of emotional labor to never fully stand down. Do you startle easily? Feel jumpy or on edge, even when nothing's wrong? That's chronic hypervigilance from years of emotional labor. But it's not just hypervigilance. Here's what else happens. Your window of tolerance shrinks. Your window of tolerance is your nervous system's capacity to handle stress without dysregulation. Healthy nervous systems have a wide window. They can handle emotional intensity without falling apart. But years of emotional labor narrow this window drastically. Now, small stressors like traffic, a tone of voice, or a schedule change, they can send you into fight or flight or shut down. So you have little or no buffer left. You're not too sensitive. Your nervous system is just maxed out. The healers I work with tell me constantly, I used to be able to handle so much. Now the smallest thing sets me off. They're not losing their edge. Their nervous system's capacity for stress has been depleted over years by holding intensity without adequate recovery and support. Your window of tolerance is like a battery. Every session, every emotional intensity that you hold drains that battery. If you don't fully recharge, you start the next day at 80%, then 60, then 40, and eventually you're running at 10. And even a small drain feels catastrophic because there's nothing left. You need to stop judging yourself for being reactive or less resilient. Your nervous system has been running on overdrive for years. It's depleted, not defective. And here's where the physical symptoms start showing up. Your body stays in fight or flight even when you're resting. Chronic emotional labor keeps your sympathetic nervous system chronically activated. This creates measurable physical changes, elevations in cortisol, increased heart rate, shallow breathing, muscle tension that accumulates. Your body can't distinguish between holding space for a client's trauma and being chased by a predator. So even when you're lying in bed, your body stays in survival mode. Your body doesn't know the difference between containing someone else's panic and experiencing your own. I've seen this repeatedly. Healers with racing hearts, chronic muscle tension, digestive issues, sleep disruption. All of these are signs of a sympathetic nervous system that won't shut off. They're not anxious people. They have anxious nervous systems from years of absorbing others' activation and energy. Imagine pressing the gas pedal in your car for 10 years straight without ever releasing it. Eventually, the engine overheats, parts wear out, systems break down. That's what a chronic fight or flight does to your body. The car, or your nervous system, isn't broken. It's been driven too hard for too long without maintenance. So you have to ask yourself, do you wake up with your heart already racing? Is your jaw clenched even when you're relaxed? Do you have chronic tension in your shoulders, neck, or chest? If you answered yes to a combination of these or all three, your body is stuck in fight or flight from years of emotional labor. But wait, there's another layer to this that is even more damaging. If this makes sense, if you're finally understanding why your body won't calm down, subscribe for more on nervous system repair for healers. Free soul recovery consultation in the description. Now here's the next thing. You lose the ability to discharge what you absorb. Healthy nervous systems absorb stress and then release it through grounding, movement, crying, shaking, vocalizing. But as a professional in this modern model, you're trained to contain it, not discharge it. You sit still, stay composed, hold it all in. And after years of this, your nervous system forgets how to discharge it. The activation just accumulates in your body with no outlet. So you've been trained to contain everything, and your body is literally drowning in what it can't release. Healers will say, I feel like I'm carrying something heavy, but I don't know how to put it down. That's because they've absorbed years of emotional intensity and have never been taught how to discharge it. And if you were born with a unique potential to become a healer, then you're already carrying what your parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents didn't heal before you. It just stays stuck in your nervous system, in your body, creating chronic tension and dysregulation. Your nervous system is like a cup filling up with water. Every client pours more in. A healthy system has a drain, which allows it to release the water so the cup doesn't overflow. But you've been trained to keep the cup full, to hold it steady, to never spill. And eventually, the cup overflows. And that overflow looks like anxiety, panic, rage, or shutdown. Do you feel like you're holding something in your body that you can't release? Tension, tightness, pressure that never fully goes away? This accumulated activation with no discharge pathway is what's causing your exhaustion. So what actually repairs the damage? Here's what your nervous system needs. Your nervous system needs somatic discharge, not more talking. You can't think or talk your way out of nervous system dysregulation. Your body needs to physically and energetically discharge the accumulated activation. This happens through movement, breath work, shaking, vocalization, grounding. The goal here is to complete the stress response cycle in your body that has been stuck for years. Your body doesn't need more insight, it needs permission to release. The healers who recover don't do it by understanding their trauma better or by talking about their feelings. They do it by giving their bodies permission to shake, to cry, to move, to vocalize. Whatever allows your nervous system to finally discharge what it's been holding on to. But they also learn how to transform and heal the ancestral burdens they've been given. So you need to stop trying to process your way out of nervous system symptoms. You need to stop staying still and composed when your body wants to move or shake. You need to stop judging your body's natural discharge responses as weaknesses. You need to start allowing your body to let the energy flow through it, to shake, to tremble, to release the tension. You need to start moving in ways that feel instinctive, not structured, but that allow you to release. You need to start vocalizing to allow the sounds of what you've been carrying to move through you. And now, here's a practice that will help you start to release this. Somatic discharge requires safety and grounding. Your nervous system won't release what it's holding on to if it doesn't feel safe to do so. So this practice combines physical grounding with permission for the body to release, creating the conditions for nervous system repair. This works because grounding signals safety. The earth won't let you fall. And the permission removes the professional containment training, allowing your body's natural responses to complete stuck stress cycles. Repetition over time restores your nervous system's ability to regulate. So think of your nervous system like a dam that's been holding back water for years. You can't just blow up the dam. That's flooding, not healing. But you can open the floodgates slowly. So let the pressure release in a controlled way. And that's what this somatic discharge does. It gives you permission to release without re-traumatizing. So tonight, do this nervous system discharge practice. Go outside if possible and stand barefoot on the earth. Now, standing there, you're going to pay attention to the way that your body feels being supported by the earth. You're going to close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. You're going to say to yourself, my body has permission to release what it's been holding. Then you're going to start gently shaking your body, and you're going to allow that shaking to grow and to move throughout your body while you're still paying attention to your breath. Allow this cycle to reach a high point and keep going for at least 5 minutes. So set a timer beforehand. Then allow your body's natural responses to flow through you, to emerge through you. While you're doing this, let that shaking spread to the entirety of your body. Close your eyes if it makes you feel more comfortable, and allow any of the sounds or any of the emotions that come up to just flow through you. Don't try to label them. Don't try to control them. Don't try to rationalize them. Just keep that connection to the earth, to your breath, and allow your body to naturally discharge any of the excess energy that it's been holding. Allowing this to happen will let your body complete these stress cycles. It will help you feel connected to the earth, to your own breath, and it will teach your body and your nervous system that it can trust you to allow it to process whatever is moving through it. Repeating this restores your system's capacity to self-regulate. So do this 3 to 4 times per week. Your nervous system will begin to remember how to discharge. The damage emotional labor does to your nervous system is real, and it's not your fault. You were trained to contain and not discharge, to hold space and not release. So your body is responding exactly as it should after years of this. But now it's time to give your nervous system what it actually needs: permission to let go. Subscribe for more on nervous system repair and soul recovery for healing professionals. And if you need support in restoring your nervous system's capacity to regulate, check the link in the description for a free soul recovery consultation. Your body deserves to feel safe again.